So, what if I told you that sleeping in a different room from your partner could actually save your relationship? I know, it sounds super dramatic, but the science behind this idea, well, it might just change the way you think about sleep forever. Let's get into it.
Look, we've all been there, right? The snoring that sounds like a lawnmower starting up, the constant tossing and turning, the classic blanket heist in the middle of the night. It turns out that nightly battle for a little bit of rest is way more than just an annoyance. It's a real health issue.
And yeah, it actually has a name, sleep divorce. Now, before you panic, this has absolutely nothing to do with actually ending your relationship. It's just a simple agreement that couples make to sleep apart, all for the sake of getting better, more restorative rest.
And if you're sitting there thinking this sounds kind of weird, think again. A recent survey found that a full 50%, that's half, of couples in the US already sleep separately sometimes. So it's way more common than you might think.
You know, it's all about how we frame it. The term sleep divorce just sounds like there's a problem, like conflict. But what if we thought of it as a sleep alliance? It's a term researchers use, and it completely flips the script. It's not about rejection. It's about being a team and prioritizing your health together.
And the benefits? They're totally concrete. A Sleep Foundation survey found that people who sleep apart get an average of 37 extra minutes of sleep every single night. That adds up to over 4 hours of extra rest a week? But why are our sleep needs so different in the first place? Well, the answer is literally in our biology.
It turns out the big reason our sleep needs can be so wildly different is because we all have a built-in sleep schedule, or what's called a chronotype, and it's pretty much as unique as a fingerprint. Sleep specialist Dr. Michael Bruce came up with a cool way to think about these: 4 sleep animals. Okay, so here's the breakdown of the population. About 55% of us are bears. Then you've got 15 to 20% who are lions, another 15% are wolves, and a rare 10% are dolphins. So, which one are you?
If you're a bear, congratulations, you're in the majority. Your body clock pretty much follows the sun. You feel ready to go around 7 a.m. and start getting sleepy by 11 p.m. That whole 9 to 5 workday? Yeah, it was basically designed by bears for bears.
Next up, the lions. These are your classic early birds. They wake up just buzzing with energy. Somewhere between 5 and 7 a.m., they absolutely crush their to-do list before lunch, and by 10 p.m., they're pretty much done for the day. Then we've got the wolves, the true night owls. Forcing a wolf to wake up before 9 a.m. is like actual torture. Their energy doesn't really kick into high gear until the evening, with their most creative ideas often hitting them between 5 p.m. and midnight.
And finally, the dolphins. These are our light, kind of anxious sleepers. Any little noise can wake them up, and they often struggle with insomnia. It's almost like, just like a real dolphin, half their brain is always on high alert.
And here's the thing. You can't just decide to change your chronotype. As healthcare provider Laura Trevino puts it, your chronotype is hardwired into the genes. You're not lazy for being a wolf. You're just a wolf. But this genetic reality creates a huge problem in our modern world.
This brings us to this hidden health crisis that scientists call social jet lag. And it's exactly what happens when the world demands that you live on a schedule that is constantly fighting against your natural biology. To put it simply, social jet lag is that gap between the sleep schedule your body wants, like, say, on a weekend, and the schedule you're forced to keep during the work week. And for about 2/3 of us, this is just a chronic state of being.
Think of it like this. Your internal biological clock is pulling you in one direction, while the external societal clock is yanking you in the complete opposite direction. Your body is basically in a constant tug-of-war with itself.
And the consequences of that tug-of-war are really serious. Scientific studies have directly linked social jet lag to a whole list of health problems, from metabolic issues like higher blood sugar and a higher BMI, to mental health struggles like anxiety and depression. This is not just about feeling tired. This is about your long-term health.
Okay, so that was all the bad news. But here's the good news. You can absolutely fight back. There are simple, science-backed changes you can make right now to reclaim your rest and your health.
Here's a super simple framework to remember. First, honor your chronotype. Don't fight it. Second, optimize your sleep environment. And third, master the timing of some key daily activities. All right, let's start with a really easy one. Sleep scientists pretty much all agree that the ideal temperature for sleep is a cool 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius. See, your body temperature naturally needs to drop to even start the sleep process, and a cool room really helps it along.
Here's another hard and fast rule from the experts. Cut off all caffeine by 2:30 in the afternoon. No exceptions.
Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours. That means if you have a coffee at 3 p.m., a quarter of it is still in your system at 9 p.m., messing with your sleep quality.
Okay, this is a really powerful technique you can try called the sleep sandwich. It's simple. Get bright sunlight first thing in the morning to set your body clock for the day. And then, at night, make sure your room is in total darkness to trigger melatonin production. Light in the morning, dark at night. Simple, but incredibly effective.
So let's bring this all back home. By understanding your own biology and your partner's, you can stop seeing these sleep differences as a source of conflict and start seeing them as a puzzle you can solve as a team.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this one shift in mindset. Is it a sleep divorce, a problem that feels like rejection and conflict? Or is it a sleep alliance, a solution based on teamwork and a shared goal for better health? Because when you're both well-rested, literally every single part of your relationship gets better. So the question I want to leave you with is this. What's one small change you can make tonight? Whether it's just adjusting the thermostat, having that talk with your partner, or finally honoring your inner wolf, to start building your own sleep alliance.